All right, so today is the second hangout slash snack. Snacked and screwed. Eating some snacks. How's it going? How y'all feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Excited for snacks.
Yeah.
Always
yeah.
snacks. I've been waiting.
Silence your phone. You're the one that said it.
Then I got distracted. Okay.
I've been looking forward to the Reese's Big Cups. Have you tried them yet?
I've had the Reese's Big Cups with the Reese's Pieces inside of them.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Not the pretzel
Not the
inside.
pretzels. You've had the pretzels already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so there's two of these. Does someone want to go halvesies then?
I'll go have these.
All right, so these are the big cups. I think, are these the same? Would you say, looking at this, that the big cup is the same iteration, or is it different?
I feel like it was bigger when it first came out. The
Like-
big cup was bigger.
It's like the not as big cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you think it was deeper or
I think
I want to say the
shallower?
circumference
Yeah,
was...
circumference was bigger.
Okay, so this is what the one with pretzels looks like. You can see the bulging of pretzel right here. It appears.
It's got a nice pretzel
So,
bulge.
you guys want to split this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here's your cutting utensil. I'm just gonna go on this one just solo.
Ooh.
This one has a little bit more of a pretzel. These remind me of like Take 5 because they have pretzels in them.
That was just such a satisfying crunch. When
But
you cut it.
the Take 5s I think are hard to beat. This is more of like, I like Take 5s, but I don't want caramel involved. Or, you know what I mean? Because isn't that what's different?
Well, I mean, the 5 is chocolate, peanut butter, caramel, pretzels, and what's the 5?
I don't know. I've never had Take 5.
Salt.
I just know that you said that like my favorite peanut butter cup ever was the caramel peanut butter cup, which was like
Really?
the greatest thing in the world. Yes, but
That
I guess
seems
I just like
aggressive.
caramel.
That's what you like?
Yeah, that was like the greatest. I found them for sale on clearance because I guess no one liked them.
Right.
I found them on clearance at Walmart once, and I bought every single one of them. That's probably why I have diabetes.
That's what tipped the scales.
Yeah.
That was the Reese's cup that broke the
Yeah.
diabetic back.
Oh no, the diabetes definitely was because of Rita's from the East Coast.
Rita's.
Yeah, it's a what's it called? Italian ice like place that's on the East Coast.
Like, sort of like Bigfoot Java, but Italian ice.
Yeah, I kind of, but it's like so it has like gelatos and stuff like that. But I have my favorite candy is Swedish Fish, you know, and they had a Swedish Fish gelato drink there, and I didn't know anything about it until 1 week, and then I found it, and then I drank one every day for like a week and a half, and then I was in the hospital. So
Let that be a warning. If you go to Rita's, to be careful.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
yeah, most definitely.
So I only took a bite that big, and there was definitely plenty of pretzel in there. So it's not one of those where you're taking all these bites and you're like, where's the pretzel at? The pretzel has a really good crunch.
Yeah.
It's not stale or anything like that.
Yeah, like I said, that cut was a good crunch. It was like satisfying when I cut
It was just better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know
I
why.
thought it was just on par.
Yeah,
That's what I expected from
yeah,
pretzels inside
exactly.
of
I think I prefer this to a regular big cup.
I mean, I can see because I feel like for me, anyways, like too much peanut butters. There's definitely too much peanut butter for me.
I mean, the big cups that have the Reese's Pieces in it, like it's nice to have that texture, but it's like a different kind of peanut butter in there also.
Yeah,
Is that because the ratios of peanut butter is too high?
No. I mean, just in the Reese's Pieces, the peanut butter is different. It's
Oh,
not the
right.
same.
Oh, yeah,
It's the same.
It's
as
like
cups.
firmer.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that crumbly.
Yeah.
I think. Do you remember when they used to have Reese's with a cookie on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that gave it that texture, but that was a big fail too. And I wonder if the reason it did that is because the packaging was yellow. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was yellow, and I think it threw people off. But I did like this. This is good. I mean, I probably would go with Take 5 myself, but these are better than I thought.
I would go with this over a Take 5.
And it's kind of interesting that it took them this long. But
To
it's
make the combo?
yeah, to be like, let's throw pretzels in there. Like somebody was sitting on their laurels over at the candy companies, and they just were like, no, just you don't got to change it. And they finally brought in some superstar hotshot that was like, I want with cookies, I want with pretzels, I want with caramel. Wake up, people. Yeah. White chocolate, dark chocolate, thin, thick, big, small, mini, micro,
chocolate
every
wrapped,
iteration.
unwrapped.
Fire up the machines. I want it done.
This Halloween they had the new ones, the new
Yellow, like glow in the dark.
mini cups, but they're like instead of wrapped in foil, they're in like an actual wrapper that you have to rip open.
Oh, right, yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that was just too much that I had to do before devouring a ton of them, but it was just something different about it I didn't like.
Take note. One thing though is remember when we were looking at last time and it said Farah and we're like, is that Ferrero Rocher?
Oh yeah.
That's the parent company.
Okay.
So Ferrero Rocher, which is in Italy, right? It's the richest. I think it's like the richest family in Italy. They're worth like 35 billion.
Wow.
They own Ferrera, which is an American based in Chicago, and it covers like everything. So it's like a huge thing where everybody owns it all. I'm sure I can like put it on like screen later. But yeah, that was kind of surprising. I think Trolli's actually in there. So let's go with the Smart Pop. All right. So this is a SMARTFOOD Flamin' Hot White Cheddar. This was a request from what could be considered our first fan.
Yeah, most definitely the first fan.
But kind of close to the project. So it's kind of like having your mom as a fan. Hey, but we'll take what we can get. I kind of want to get, the color of it, it looks like something that a doctor would be like, you probably shouldn't eat this. Jack LaLanne definitely would probably not eat this. I'm going to try to, you can see, it's got that flaming hot texture. I wonder if the appearance is purely aesthetic or is it part of like what you have to have for the flavoring? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard that Doritos or Cheetos, like the dust, doesn't have to do what it does on your fingers, but it's part of the experience. And I feel like this is going to be the same. So, Carl, you want to start us off?
No, you missed one.
Missed one what?
No.
Don't worry about me.
Oh.
I know how to get food in my mouth.
I don't think you do.
So, white cheddar is something I would pick up on my own.
There's definitely for a second, the light cheddar popped out way more than the flaming hot. And then the flaming hot just kind of creeps up afterwards.
Yeah.
White cheddar is a surprisingly good flavor for, like, I never got Smart Pop. Like, I never go to the store and be like, I need Smart Pop. But a friend would get it, and then I would have some and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And so this has that white cheddar pop right away, like you guys said.
What about dissolves into like the flaming hot taste? But you almost don't get any flaming hot taste. You just get hot.
It's right up front and right now it's already like going away from me.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that. I mean, anytime I eat, like I'll get Flaming Hot branded things, but I'm not gonna eat like a whole bag. I'll probably have like 10 or 15 of them. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I gotta pick this fire out of my teeth, let the heat subside, go away, and then be good.
Maybe is that beneficial? Like if you're trying to limit yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I have had Flamin' Hot. I've always been hesitant because I don't want it to be too spicy. This isn't too spicy for us, for me, for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Flamin' Hot.
I love it.
Yeah.
So it's like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Flamin' Hot fries, the Flamin' Hot mac and cheese. Like, that's my job. I love it. Like, I love the taste of Flaming Hot.
So when I have eaten an entire bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and it did do damage. It's not good. It's not good. I like the Flamin' Hot with lemon or lemon.
Lemon.
Those are good.
Never had it.
Yeah.
We might have to.
I've had lemon and I've had Flaming Hot, but I've never had them together. So.
I mean, Takis I feel like is another spicy thing that I'll get. I'll eat a little bit of, and suffer, but I think it tastes good.
You know the ones that are like Doritos, but they're rolled up. They're like
it's just like the Takis.
Yeah, it's like Takis. Yeah, same thing.
There's one of those I got that was a Flamin' Hot lemon, but it was way spicier. It seemed like, and I was like, I don't want to eat these. I never got them again.
I feel like there's variations along the manufacturing chain to to where like if you get it as soon as they like refill the dust hopper, like then it's caked on and you're gonna have a bad day.
I'm gonna
really good
combine a little bit of this with mine.
You're gonna put it out. You're gonna put out the fire with a little bit of peanut butter.
Not that it's too spicy. I just want to have a smooth transition to the next items.
Yes, they do make a mac and cheese Flamin' Hot. It was at Walmart for a minute, and I bought a couple boxes, and I haven't seen it since.
Yep, I like randomly saw them one time, purchased all of them, ate them all, and then now I have yet to see them again. So I'm pretty bummed about the
it was a
Flaming Hot mac and cheese not being there anymore.
It was the Flaming Hot, and it was the jalapeno and
nacho,
a regular nacho. Yeah,
Who puts
Cheetos.
Who puts that out? Kraft.
I don't even. Yeah.
Is that
I feel like it was Cheetos brand. Like it wasn't like a Kraft and Cheetos thing.
It wasn't a collab.
No,
it was straight
it
up.
was straight Cheeto.
Wow.
Chester was getting that cheddar.
That's interesting. All right, so the next one we'll go to, since these are already open. These are the Trolli.
Trolli. I say Trolli. Yeah.
Trolli.
You'll probably recognize it from the weird commercials they've been putting out lately.
Trolli. Welcome to our land. Sorry about your hand. But it's better in here. Yeah, it's fun in here. Trolli.
These are my number one draft pick right now. They're my favorite candy. So I got the selection of each one. So there's green, blue, and red. And they're shorter than worms would be. They don't say they're worms.
Yeah, but they got like the inside of the pink one is watermelon, the outside is strawberry. The inside of the green is cherry, the outside is lime.
So it's one of those double flavored jams.
That you're not going to be able to tell.
They're not as long as worms. They're not designated as worms. They're just called crunchy crawlers. So I would think that they're probably just chopped up like on a machine. They just dial up the chopping.
This is the stuff that they swept up off the floor, and they're like, we could repackage this somehow. Just put more sugar on it.
Yeah, and when you bite into it, the center are all different. There's a texture experience. The gummy part isn't as chewy or isn't as bouncy.
Yeah,
I think. And so they're also a little sour. If you think about normal sour worms, they're dusted.
Yeah.
This is like encrusted. It's like that next level.
Like, I'm not fond of these.
You don't like them?
No.
Man.
Really not. Like, I guess it's just because I'm going to just go, like, saying I like sour things and I like gummy things. And I think I guess it's because of this outer coating, maybe. I'm not digging it. I don't know. I just like,
I don't think it's as sour as like...
No.
Like, I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I like them. I mean, I don't think I'm going to wolf down a whole bag.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I said that, like, I made them. I'm like, oh, these are all right. But I'm not going to go to the store and buy these. I'm not going to risk my death and being diabetic to eat this.
It's not a Rita's Swedish fish.
But it's like, I guess we're going off on maybe other candies, but like the Dolly horses, like if I see Dolly horses, I'm buying them.
Okay, so you like those?
Yeah, like those are like those are just like extra. Those are better Swedish fish.
Right.
So
that's how I always thought of them as. I like these. These are my current favorite.
Current favorite, huh?
Just because they are a multiple flavor, but they're not like the Mambas where there's blended. Mm-hmm. It has like a definitive crust, that's a flavor, and then a definitive gummy, that's a different flavor. Mm-hmm. And even though you only get 3 flavors, it's actually 6 flavors.
Yeah. And I guess you could like not chew them and suck on them. And that's like, a different experience for flavors. Like,
that's true. I don't have a patience for that.
Yeah, I don't either. So.
And it's like S-shaped. I feel like you can sit in the mouth right now. Lingering.
Ferrera Candy Company. So Trolli, at the highest level, is basically a Ferrero Rocher. Same thing. Nutella, they're all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
One of the things I was going to say, not necessarily snack related, but we were talking about Elon Musk and how apparently he just surpassed Jeff Bezos. And you had said that his dad didn't know.
I saw a video about Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk?
Bezos.
Bezos, okay.
Yeah. His biological father was like a performer, like a circus performer, wasn't making a lot of money.
A circus
like
performer?
mom split when he was like super young.
Okay.
And
Well, his mom had
remarried.
him when he was 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were super young, and she remarried and changed his name to Bezos, and he signed over his rights to the child because he wasn't able to support or whatever. And then, I guess a documentary crew came up and was like, yeah, we want to talk to you about your son being Jeff Bezos. And he's like, that name sounds familiar, but I don't know what you're talking about.
That is the most hardcore, like, if you had a kid or you didn't know who your dad was and then you found out it's like the ultimate, like he's a king or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jeff Bezos was probably super hyped on it.
No, I think the only comment he ever made about his biological father was, I don't think about it until a doctor asks me what my family history is. And that's the only time he thinks about his biological father. And then his bio dad was just like, I don't want any money from him. I'm already old. I'm comfortable. I just want to let him know, I thought about you, proud, whatever. And then he ended up passing away like shortly after. So.
Oh, man. I guess it was good that he knew before he passed away, I suppose.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was slumming it up
right
anywhere.
Well, that's like Keanu Reeves' dad. Keanu Reeves' dad is like a homeless bum on like Waikiki. And they like come up to him and he's like, I love you, son. And he's like, you're the one. And Keanu Reeves, I don't think gives him any sort of like attention at all, which seems kind of sad. But I mean, who knows? Wow.
Like you told me that he passed Bezos, and I was like, "What? That is insane!" Like I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah, well, it's based on Tesla, and Tesla stock, I guess, is like blowing up. I haven't been tracking it, but
it's like an 8 something right now.
That I feel like something is potentially what would be considered overvalued when like your friend's parents are talking about buying it and they don't know nothing about anything. And then just like, hey, Tesla, buy it. Buy Tesla. Like, what?
I guess that's
a flag.
Jim's mom was like, hey, maybe we should get some of this Tesla stock.
Right. Like she heard about it at church. When you're getting stock tips at church from church people, that's when Wall Street is like, cash out. So, all right. So the next one we'll go to is the Twizzlers. These are the ones that are cream filled. I think.
Like I'm super excited for those. Like
are you excited?
Yes. I like Twizzlers. So.
Yeah, you're a Twizzlers guy.
I am, even though it's like the crappiest candy in the world, and it's kind of like you're eating plastic. I freaking love them.
Carl, how do you feel about Twizzlers?
On the fence. I wouldn't buy them.
I like I get Twizzlers every once in a great while. One time it was a Twizzlers package like this. This is 12 ounces. I think it was probably, or 11 ounces. It was probably this packaging, and it was black licorice, which, like you said, it's probably like the lower tier of black licorice. Like if you're a black licorice connoisseur, Twizzlers is probably at the bottom.
Yeah.
But like burger connoisseurs, they're not gonna. Some people still like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what this is. And I ate the whole thing. And I got super sick, so don't do that. I really am into like the filled, where there's like cream in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm really into that. I think there's multiple different kinds. This one is the sweet and sour. So there's cherry kick and citrus punch, which is a picture of a lemon. So I'll just get like one of each on one for myself. I remember I went through a phase. I was pretty big on the Poland peels.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
And they have the ones that are like chopped up. They have these are kind of like little rope things.
I feel like the outside consistency isn't as tough as a standard.
Right.
Yeah.
It's softer. It's really soft.
Way softer.
The cream is really good, I think. It has a really good lemon flavor. You like lemon flavor?
Yeah.
You like lemon flavor?
This is
I'm eating the cherry though.
this is like top tier for me right now. Like,
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd die for this.
The cream on the inside, I think, is really good. I was thinking it was because a lot of the filled licorice stuff out there is a plain white cream in the middle, like the sweet tart ropes. Well, this is a flavored cream that's way stronger than the exterior part.
Yeah.
And that makes it really good.
Because the exterior part just probably tastes like plastic because I swear it tastes like plastic. I don't know why I like them, but I do.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I like them.
No. I think the exterior part's good. I think they have other ones that are like key lime pie or something.
I'll be down for that. Love key lime pie.
I couldn't find those ones though. Key lime pie is probably my least favorite.
Really?
Pie. It's not up there. Maybe I give it a chance as an adult. But as a kid, between like cheesecake and stuff, like I'm not gonna pick key lime.
So maybe because I've had like pretty decent key lime pies or something, that just from like being on the East Coast, because I think it might be an East Coast thing.
Well, yeah, I think
Florida.
And yeah, like Florida, yeah, just from the Keys and stuff. But I've come to appreciate a really good key lime pie now. Like I think that, like if I could choose, I'd be like, oh, yeah, let me get one of them like key lime pies.
Maybe.
And we Jamie had a key lime pie that was like based off of like a cheesecake. So it was like a cheesecake key lime pie, and she said it was the biggest travesty in the world.
It was not good.
She was like, but she's super particular about her desserts. So, but she was like, this is a travesty. Like, to get this out of my face. Like, I don't even want it. She's like, it ruined key lime pies, and it ruined cheesecakes.
I will never eat another key lime
And she's like, I don't even want, get this away.
Did you try the key lime bang?
No, I didn't know there was a key lime bang.
There's a key lime
man, I'm going to have to get a key lime bang.
ready for your mouth.
What's a bang?
The energy drink.
The energy drinks?
Oh, right, yeah. So I had the cherry one. I had some of this cherry one. The cherry one's really good too.
The lemon one's better, though.
I would rate this pretty high.
Yeah, well, as I said, well, if I get a whole bag of yellows, I'd be all about it.
So you gotta find a cherry fan.
So the cherry's okay, and I think that the tastes together were pretty good. But then once like the lemon flavor left, and I was just tasting the cherry flavor, I was kind of like, oh man, this isn't the best. But I think like if you eat them together, like you twist them, it'd be like
Twisting experience.
yeah.
What is it about? Maybe key lime pie is like one of those things where, you know, if you have like a Corona and you're like on the beach,
Yeah.
it's somehow better.
Yeah.
Or like when you have like Thai tea with Thai food,
Yeah.
or horchata with like Mexican food.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're flavors that complement each other, you know. So
I feel like just getting the whole experience. Because it would be weird to have Thai tea with like, you know, spaghetti or something. It would just be weird.
Yeah.
And maybe your brain just doesn't want to be about that.
Yeah. But like I said, it's just, you know, this like the flavors that are there. Like I'm sure Thai tea, you know, it was created in Thailand because of the flavors, you know, and those flavors complement that drink.
I think they probably just like add sugar to everything. See what comes out on top. Put some milk.
Peanut butter.
Yeah,
Good.
cream.
Fish sauce.
Whatever it is, slap it in there.
Fish sauce.
That's like when I went to Singapore and I really like ices or like shaved ice.
Yeah.
But it was shaved ice with like beans in it
Oh,
and
yeah,
corn.
yeah.
That's weird.
And that weirded me out.
No, they do that in the Philippines. So.
Nah.
It weirded me out because corn is seen as like a sweet thing,
Yeah.
but they put on pizza in Turkey. They put on pizza, and I really liked they had sweet cream as like a dressing on it, which was really good. But the beans and the corn threw me off. I mean, I'm sure it was a sweet bean, like a red bean. Like Koreans have like little red bean sweet rolls,
Yeah.
Every time.
but my taste buds are not attuned.
I used to love those
Me
red
red
bean
beans,
sweets.
no.
I can't hate them. I hate them now. Can't stand it. I used to love them, eat them all the time, and now I'm just like, nah, not my life.
I mean,
anymore.
it's not a taste that I look for, like when
Right,
I'm
yeah.
getting something sweet. But like when I lived in Korea, like every time I got pumped up, like, oh snap, chocolate in here is about to go down. Boom, red bean. So disappointed.
Yeah, I think when you're looking for something that's not red bean, but it is red bean, you're like, ah. I think I remember when I first had one. It was like in 6th grade, and my friend's family was Korean, and then they had those, and I was like, oh, it's like a roll, and he's like, oh, this is like a dessert, and I was like, okay.
It was close to a burrito.
But then I was eating it, and I was like, it's strange because it is sweet, but I was like, what is this exactly? And it's like, oh, it's beans, sweet beans, and I was like, oh man, that's like eating sweet beets as like a dessert. Like we're having beets for dessert. So, anyways, well, that does it for the 4 snacks we had today.
Yeah.
What would you say in order as far as like what would you rate each thing?
So mine is these
Twizzlers,
and then these, and these two. So Twizzlers, Flamin' Hots, and then I feel like the Reese's and the Trollis are just they're there for me. Like if they're at the house, well, yeah, I eat them, but I'm not ever gonna make an active thought to try to go get either one of those. I mean, technically, I don't even know if I'd really get. I don't know if I would even make an active thought of getting these either. But if I saw them, I'm like, oh yeah, those Flaming Hots. Like I gotta get these. But these, like, I would go and be like, I need to find these.
Like on the way home, I'm
Yeah.
stopping by.
Yeah,
you can take these probably.
No, I don't need them. I try to limit all the candy for, I guess, Thursdays now.
My favorite is the sour crunchy crawlers. This is like the 3rd time I've gotten these. Every time I see them, I get them because they don't have them everywhere. So I always end up getting them. These are good. I probably wouldn't get them again just because I'd be looking for the other flavors of what they have. But these I feel like I tend to, once you eat a couple, their return on investment starts to plummet after you eat a couple of them. Where this I could eat more of it. The Reese's Big Cups pretzels are good. I think they're good, and I think they're good to try. But I think I'm always gonna probably gravitate towards the Take 5s. If they don't have Take 5s anymore, I mean, I guess I would go for that. The Cheddar Pop Flamin' Hot. I always just get sweet popcorn. I get like kettle corn and stuff. I don't really go for the white cheddar. It's not bad, but I'd probably just get like the Flamin' Hot Cheeto lemon ones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do that too.
So for me, I mean, any way, shape, or form, chocolate peanut butter is my jam. Like that's my combo.
Right.
Okay, so that's my number one. And then a 2 is kind of a toss-up between the Trolli and the Twizzlers. I mean, if they were just sitting there by themselves, I would probably reach for the Twizzlers first. And then the Trolli. And then the Flamin' Hot popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah, we really should have
because that's like a
put this for a different one, but we had it.
It is a snack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have someone in chat who is Mr. Billy. He's talking about Bitcoins at 37,000 right now.
Yeah, I mean, less than 2 weeks ago, I was looking at it and they were just putting news. Oh, it's at 23,000.
Yeah,
But what is driving that? I wonder.
Right, the news stories. Oh, it's at 23,000. People buy it up. It's going to go up, and then it's going to tank again.
Yeah.
From my not professional opinion.
Right.
But then again,
and then is it going to go up again? I remember reading way back when somebody said that they predicted that Bitcoin would go to like 50,000. And I thought that was insane because when I heard that, I think it was only like at 400 or something.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder because I had Bitcoin, like not even a full coin. It was like $50 worth back when a coin was like 1,000 maybe.
yeah.
And I'm like, wow, how much is that rate now? It's probably pretty significant.
Yeah.
And I deleted them. Like I reformatted my hard drive, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I had that Bitcoin on there." But since it was only $50 American when I bought it, I was like, whatever." And then I remember when I went to 20K during like the holidays, like late December 2017, I think, or 2018. And that was when I thought, like, this is crazy. Like, this is bananas. When you had celebrities talking about it, and I think like
when stores started to accept Bitcoins as currency, that was kind of crazy to me. Like,
yeah, but they didn't really. That's not as why. It's. I feel like there was a hype where people were doing a lot of stories about Bitcoin. Then it kind of went away, but then it comes back. So right now, I think that because it's at 37K, that signals like that volatility of it going up.
Yeah.
So then, like, I mean, we haven't seen a chain like Walmart or something accept Bitcoin yet, right?
Yeah.
You've only seen like smaller ones.
Well, like Newegg accepts it, so that's kind of a big company.
That's kind of that's significant.
Yeah.
What's the most significant retailer do you think that accepts Bitcoin?
I would say Newegg off the top of my head. There's another one that quite surprised me, but I can't think of what it was. Something I was like, wow, I can't believe they accept Bitcoin. Like that's crazy to me. but I can't remember what it was anymore. It was just I was like shopping. It was just like, hey, use Bitcoin to pay for this. And I was like,
I remember I saw Bitcoin ATMs where you could like go and you could buy Bitcoin like right then and there.
yeah.
Like, you have a USB drive, like with,
I would assume. I mean, I don't know.
or was it linked to like a Coinbase? You had to log into your
Yeah,
Coinbase and then deposit like your cash money.
What was funny though was that kid in New York that was selling physical Bitcoins to people.
Oh no! Like people were buying them.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
like, I got
my
these Bitcoins. And he made like 3D printed Bitcoins.
Oh,
And
man.
people were buying them
That's crazy.
because they thought that was what they wanted, you know?
Right? They heard about it on
Yeah.
like the news.
And
or
so he
whatever.
was just in like out of his trunk, like, I got these Bitcoins, guys.
Oh man.
He's like one of those dudes that approaches you at the gas station. Usually have like jewelry. Like, I just need to get gas. Blah, blah, blah. I have this like jewelry for you. Like, he's like, I got these Bitcoin for you, man. It's like, and he was probably giving them. He was probably selling for legit money.
Yeah.
Depending on what they were worth, and somebody thinks it's a real Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
That's,
walking around with $1,000 in their pocket or whatever.
I heard that the guy made it was like 70,000 or 700,000, some crazy number, right? I don't remember the exact number, but it was a lot. Selling 5G repellent lotion.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, the 5G towers, like you put this lotion on and it will like protect you. And he made like a lot of money off of it.
Oh man.
During the very beginning of the COVID scares, when everyone was like, it's not a virus, it's the 5G towers. That's what's causing you to get sick. Yeah.
Man, the thing about that is I feel like when people, like if you imagine the spectrum of people who were on the 5G COVID train, the people that were in the engine car who were like telling everyone about it and like doubling down, like posting and like telling their grandma and all that stuff, when it kind of, at what point does it dawn on them that it's like, wait, maybe I'm wrong and it's not 5G? I don't feel like they ever come out and are like, look guys, I'm really sorry. I was confused. I got really excited. I read this thing. It turned out to be wrong. Like I've never seen anyone do any of that ever.
Yeah, no. They just
Never happened.
kind of just disappear.
Why is that? No one will ever cop to their nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what the most, like, there's so many conspiracy theories out there, but I wonder what's, like, the most debunkable or, like, debunked one that people have had.
That like was a big thing, and then it was obviously debunked.
Yeah, because I don't feel like that's ever a thing. Like, I don't feel like it ever gets debunked so thoroughly that everybody stops. Like, they just stop talking about it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying now. So, yeah, it was just like someone's just straight up, and everyone's like, oh, man, like, yeah, you really, there's no way this can happen. Because you always still have, like, those stragglers that, like, no, you're working for the government. Like, I'm not going to believe you.
And I know that the one thing, like, the flat earth, right, they spent all this money on, like, a machine with, like, lasers or something.
Yeah.
And then their findings were that it was a sphere.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if that was able to, like, jar their thought
I
process.
feel like not, because there's still, I mean, some of them,
yeah, I
but
saw
so,
that thing, too.
so, like, there's the one that they had the documentary, right? It was something to do with, like standing on a ladder with, like, a hole, and it was, like, the sun or something like that.
Okay.
And, and the guy was like, yeah, so, see, like, if I stand on here, I'll be able to look through, and I'll still be able to see the sun. And, like, so I just proved that the earth is flat. And then he did it, and then he just stops talking. And he's just like, huh, I can't see it. And he's like, what did I do wrong? So he does it again. And he's just like, huh, I can't see it. And then just cuts. Like, so it's just over.
There's never like a reformulation of his entire thought process.
Yeah.
Another phenomenon that I notice with these groups is they will turn on someone that is in their group if maybe that group person subjects them to any sort of doubt.
Yeah.
So I heard this because of what happened yesterday with the Capitol, right? So the woman who was killed, who was shot, who I guess was like a QAnon person, right? She was shot, and so all the other QAnon people were saying that she was like a plant, like she was a fake person, that they, like a false flag.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this lady bought into this so hard that she died for it. And then the other people were like,
her.
she must be fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a girl on that documentary about the flat earth where they basically said that she must be a lizard woman or something, where she was like on their side, but then she said something that wasn't quite with the group think. And then they were like, oh, she's a lizard lizard person.
No, wow.
And I'm just like, man, this is like just like a really full blown case of like mental, like I'm surprised there's gonna be like a psychological movement based on what social media has.
They just haven't diagnosed. They haven't named it yet.
Social media induced mental nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But I mean, even like not on social media nonsense. Like, I mean, this has been going on forever. People have been, before the internet, before these things. Like,
yeah,
people
that's
act
true.
The same exact way.
That's
but it's
true.
just it's exacerbated now because of how fast we transfer information now. So so now it's like, oh man, all the crazies, not whatever. I don't want to say crazy, but all the people are putting out everything now.
They got a soapbox and they got an audience,
Yeah.
and there's always somebody who's gonna listen.
Yeah.
Well, I feel so. I was listening to this thing, and they said that when they polled people that use Facebook, and this tends to be older people, is that they thought that the Facebook feed was something that Facebook puts out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about algorithms or what algorithms are or how they work.
Yeah.
And so when they looked at the material that they were getting, they were thinking that it's like Facebook is like generated, like Facebook is like a news source.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really have any reason to question it. They're just like, oh, this must be true. And they said if you hear a lie so many times from so many sources, you'll just believe it.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy. And I wonder if with the Capitol getting infiltrated by people, if they're going to reevaluate how they should move forward with social media and like, reevaluate how they're going to do things.
Trump, Twitter suspended Trump's account last night.
Didn't
For
Instagram
12,
too?
well, for 12 hours. So they were like, nah, dude, like you've caused this, so we're going to take away your platform now. So they took it away. And then this morning, I guess, or maybe last night, Mark Zuckerberg was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Trump's account on Instagram and Facebook are indefinitely suspended. So
Wow.
I don't know what, they just said they're indefinitely suspended. And
And he's
then,
probably like, I'm gonna make my own social media platform.
oh yeah, that's probably what's next is the Trump network. And then that's going to be the new Parler probably.
Yeah, they have Parler.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like the Trump?
I have no idea anything about Parler. I just know that, I guess for a lack of a better word, is that most of my friends that are conservative went to that. That's all I know. I don't know anyone else that went to it besides pretty relatively conservative friends of mine. So
it seems weird that it's like you want to make sure that you're not being censored and stuff. So then you're like, we need a safe space to be able to say what we want to say. So then they join Parler.
yeah, but then it's like, but then they're censoring anyways. Because it's like, we're going to join our safe space of people that only think like us, so we're censoring everything else out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's an interesting, like, I don't know, human interaction's weird. It just all in general, when things like that start to happen.